Hey modders, welcome back to ModifedRoll. We're sponsored by DM Dice. Use the code ModifedRoll or follow the link in the description to get 10% off all your adventuring needs. We're also sponsored by Arcanist Rum. Check them out and use code ModifedRoll to get 15% off all purchases and free shipping. In the last episode, the party finally discovered the culprits behind this strange cult. Having already rushed headlong into the fray, we rejoin them now in episode 48 of season 2 of ModifedRoll. Lurking in the darkness. In which case, it is now the dragonoid creature's turn. You all hear as it hisses.
Little worms, little rats, creeping in the darkness. Let me show you what goes about in the dark.
And you see it breathes in and exhales this thick black smog that begins to fill the room, and you all find yourselves in pitch black darkness.
I was gonna do that. No.
I'm assuming Mercy.
Stealing my thunder.
I'm assuming Mercy, you have Devil Sight.
I don't think so, because I'm not a warlock. I don't think it's achievement.
Well then, nobody can see.
I just have normal dark vision.
So I believe if I do that, it overrides your vision. It does.
I was going to do that, and then I didn't.
So here's the fun part. When this creature is in dim light or darkness, it can take the hide action as a bonus action. It is going to... Well, I'm not going to tell you what it's going to do. I'm just going to do it.
Can it roll an 8 on its stealth check to hide?
Is that to... Oh, is that...
With my portent roll. So that we can all see it, quotation marks.
So this is the weird thing. I just sort of described it as hiding as a bonus action. It's still not visible, so yes, it rolled an 8.
So we can all still hear where it is, I guess.
So you hear it walk past you and out into the hallway. Joachim... It is going to... What is it? How does a tumble work? Can you even do that in 5th ed now? It's pissed that Giliana heard it, but I don't think it can actually move past you without grappling you, which it does not want to do. So instead, it's just... Okay, I'm not going to describe what it does, actually. I'm just going to do it. Do. 1, 2, cool. Cool. So you guys listen as you hear the scraping of 2 blades being drawn from their scabbards. 2 sickening slashes, or 2 sickening sounds, as the blades are driven into Cyril. You hear him cry out in pain. And then you hear a sickening crunch, and Cyril screams as he takes further... Oh god damn, this is a lot of damage. 7, 12, 16 damage on top of that. You hear him cry out in pain, and Mercy, Mercy being the only one in the room, you hear this horrible, sizzling noise, like something is being, burned and eaten away by something.
Oh, yikes.
And then you hear just a sickening echoing throughout the darkness. Eleanor, it is your turn.
Okay.
Frantically searching for a spell that will help.
Yeah, pretty much. Just is there anything I can do?
We're all just like, what can I do without being able to see?
I think I'm just going to move towards the draconic cackle and try and do a stab at disadvantage.
Cool. Just because you cannot see a goddamn thing, I will move your token into the room and give me a perception check. This is not going to be your action. This is just going to see how good you are at pinpointing its location.
Cool. That is 10.
10. 10. Okay. 10, unfortunately, it's going to come down to luck. Highs or lows?
Highs.
Just. again, I'm giving you this above table. You don't actually know this, but you are pointed at the right direction, so you can make your attack roll at disadvantage.
Cool. Okay. Oh, first roll is a natural 1, so that's not going to do it.
You get yourself orientated in the right direction. What weapon are you using to make an attack?
I'm using a rapier.
You draw the rapier, and just in doing so, you sort of feel your way around. You get it turned around a little bit, and Mercy, you feel like the wind as a rapier goes streaking past your face.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Eleanor, that was a miss. Anything else on your turn?
Watch it!
Oh, sorry. No. Yes.
Cool. So do you want to move any further or stay next to where you think this creature is?
I'm going to stay put. And I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Mercy because it's a creature that can hear you.
I was about to check that. I was like, I'm pretty sure it hears you, so that's fine.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say, sorry about that. I'll make it up to you with a lovely glass of wine later.
Lovely.
So that's a D8.
Perfect.
I'm holding it in my hand because that's the only way I'm going to remember that I have it.
In which case, Joachim, it is your turn.
All right. Joachim is obviously blinded, or cannot see anything at least. So we'll roughly step into the middle of the room.
So you fumble your way into the room, bumbling into Eleanor as you go. And I'll put you where I would say you were stood by the door. You have a pretty good estimation of where the middle of the room is. So I'm putting you sort of where you last saw the creature and the man. You would be stood in front of the two of them if that was where they were last stood.
Okay. And I'm going to channel divinity.
Okay.
Conquering presence.
Okay.
So I'll have the dragonoid and the nobleman roll a wisdom save.
So do they need to see you for this to work?
No, it just says all creatures of my choice within a 30-foot radius must make a wisdom save. I'll check the rule properly.
I would normally, I think rules is written for you to choose the creature. You have to see them, but for this, I'm going to allow you to just specify that it's those two creatures. So we're going to roll with it. So wisdom saving throws from both.
Yep.
Cool. Peek behind the curtain here. This thing also has magic resistance, so that is going to pass. But the noble rolled a 2, so that fails.
Okay. So he is now frightened of me for the next minute.
Beautiful. He is afeared. Cool. Unfortunately, the dragonoid.
Oh no! Wait. It does specify that you can see.
Yeah. I'll still allow it because you saw them a second ago, so you can still pick them out. I'll still allow it because
okay.
Put it like this: I just need one of you to hit this guy. the dragonoid is your real problem now. You just want to kill this guy. Is that everything for your turn?
And I will bonus action cast spiritual weapon.
Okay, where would you like to put it?
Ah, fuck. I guess, yeah, maybe 10 feet north of where I'm standing right now.
10 feet north. Cool. I'm just going to use a ghost token for that. You can't see it, but I'm telling you it's there. Cool. So
Watch out for my invisible weapon over there.
What weapon are you summoning?
I think it probably looks similar to his Morning Star of Warning. It's probably just a big Morning Star floating in the sky.
There's almost a brief flash of light in the darkness, but it is quickly smothered again as you summon your holy weapon into the air. Staying where you are?
Yeah. That gets to attack as well, right?
It does, yeah, if you'd like to try and attack one of them.
Yeah, it will just swing randomly in the air. I guess I know that the nobleman was at least standing in that kind of area, so I'll be targeting him.
Yeah, I will say you can still remember where the nobleman is, and you've placed the weapon in a position that it is within 5 feet of that, so give me an attack roll at disadvantage. Actually, this is one of these weird ones, because does the spiritual weapon have sight?
Yeah, that's a good point. It might rely on Joachim's sight.
Yeah, we'll still do a disadvantage roll, because otherwise it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'll probably go with that. What is the attack? Is the attack roll just my attack? Wait.
It is your spell casting attack modifier.
Spell casting. Okay, right. Okay, that is a 15 to hit.
A 15 is enough to hit.
Okay, and 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. That is 6 damage.
Oh, so close. You hear a crunch as the weapon makes impact in the man. But you don't hear a slumping and a thump of a body. He is very much still up. Is that everything?
That is all.
Amazing. Oh, he doesn't have he has dark vision, but he doesn't have devil sight, so he also cannot see. He's just going to move out of the way. You hear him muttering some sort of incantation, but you don't know what it is.
Brilliant.
But it doesn't seem to have any immediate effect on any of you, which is the good thing. But you could hear his footsteps as he moved away from you, Joachim.
You can only take an attack of opportunity if you can see, right?
I'll tell you what, I'll allow you to do it disadvantage, just because.
I mean, he's probably going to hellish rebuke me, but fuck it. Alright. Oh, that's that one anyway, so.
Whiff. Amazing. In which case, we're back to Mercy.
I'm gonna try and use the sort of wall of the door to creep just like 10 feet or so over to the other side of the door, so I'm a bit closer to where Cerule was.
You move past Eleanor, and you go to move into the next space, and you bump into the hard, armored scales of the creature, so you cannot actually stop there. So
brilliant. That's not what I was going for, but it kind of works.
So essentially what has happened is you've gone to move past Eleanor, bumped into the back of this creature, and now you're stood essentially diagonally 1 point up. Well, you can see where your token is, you just can't see anything else around you.
Okay, then I immediately stop, and I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
To make my voice boom up to 3 times as loud. And I have no idea how this is going to go.
Let's find out.
And then I'm going to whisper in its ear, but it's going to be so loud.
Inverdox, why do you sully my servants so? Stop! Cease this attack at once!
And I'm trying to make him sound like Tiamat.
Okay.
Wow. You're going to make me a very difficult performance check, because you know for a fact Tiamat has 5 heads.
I think one of them might talk at once. I don't know. Maybe. Oh my gosh. Come on, nat 20. Let's do this. No, but it's quite high, but I'm going to roll the bardic anyway. Okay. It's 21.
I had set the DC at 22.
No!
I mean, you're trying to make your voice sound like 5 different heads.
Oh, yeah.
So
It was it's a big
you
swing.
feel like bear in mind, you were just next to this creature and you're leaning forward whispering. You can feel like a tension in the air as it stops moving. And then there's another.
You would sully my queen's name.
He's not very happy with you.
That's
do you want to stay where you are? I'd also like to remind you, he has devil sight, so he can see you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm going to stay where I am.
Cool.
So you can play at the Hellish Rebuke game.
Cool.
The rest of us currently have ringing in our ears.
Oh yeah, that lasts for a minute. My voice is going to be super loud for a minute now.
Every time you talk. Yeah, it is booming across the room. It is now Cerule's turn. Cerule, I'm not going to lie to you guys, is fucked up. He is not looking good. But, Eleanor, you're currently opposite. Even if you do not realize this, you're currently flanking the creature with him. So it's going to cancel his disadvantage, and he's going to get to roll 2 regular attacks. Fuck's sake, Cerule.
I know.
He's really nearly dead.
Amazingly, one of those still hits. Somehow. So he's going to get his extra thing, in which he was going to use one of his superiority die. He's going to use Distracting Strike, which will add the superiority die, and the next other creature that attacks him, other than himself, will get advantage on the roll. So roll his damage. 6 to 8, 12 damage. His weapon is magical, so it does all of it. And then he's going to action surge, because fuck it, this thing is dangerous. One hit again. Doesn't get sneak attack on this one. But that's a further 9 damage. That's better, Cyril. Good job. Then he's going to bonus action second wind to get some health back, because I cannot stress enough, he is fucked. Wait a second, why have I not written down how second
I mean,
wind
I
works?
tried to get to him, but I don't know what I thought I was going to do once I got there.
You can regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level. Okay. So that's... Fuck, he's only fighter 3. God damn it. Okay. Oh, he rolled a 10, so he gets 13 health back, which might allow him to survive for maybe one more round, if he's lucky. He is not going to risk the opportunity attack, so it is Giliana's turn.
This darkness effect,
Yeah.
is this the darkness spell?
I believe, based on the wording of the ability, this creature casts darkness at a point, so I believe, as written, it is casting the darkness spell.
So it has concentration then?
No. Actually.
Oh. Just keep hitting it.
It does specify that it requires no components, so it must be casting the spell, so therefore it must be holding concentration. So I hit it twice. Neither were above 20 damage, so it's going to be 2 con saves of 10. What's its con? Not amazing.
Oh, I should have saved my portent roll.
Don't worry, it still failed one of them.
Yes!
So the darkness drops.
Oh, thank God.
That was horrible.
Just in time for Giliana's turn.
I was like, I'm so fucked. Like, if I can't see, like, I don't know what I'm actually gonna do. Like, I literally wouldn't have been it. I would have had to be like blindly shooting into the darkness. Like, hopefully I didn't hit one of you. Right. Okay. I'm just gonna come in so I can see it. Wow.
If you look at the nobleman, you can see there is like a shimmer of magic over his body. He's obviously cast some sort of defensive spell on himself because he couldn't see any of you.
So, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna come up through here. So I'm next to Cyril. Does he look bad?
He looks fucked. Like with his second wind, he is now back up to half health.
Half. Okay.
Yeah. I will tell you right now, the last round of attacks from that creature took 3/4 of his health.
Oh,
You actually, as you
not
come
surviving another
in,
one.
you can see there are two, like the blood is stemmed now thanks to his second wind, but you can see the front of his armor is covered in blood where these two piercing marks have like pierced through his body. Blood is pouring down, and you can see the leather armor has been torn and shredded around his shoulder with these massive, horrible fang pricks through his armor. And it is coated in this green-black liquid that you can see is like etching and burning the armor as he wears it. Where this creature has obviously just like leant down and clamped its jaws around his shoulder.
And how does this thing look? Bad.
This thing
Fine.
looks... It's been injured a couple of times. I would actually say it's not bloodied, but you can definitely see that Cyril... Because I think Cyril is the only one who's... Oh no, you shot it with the arrow. Between your arrow and Cyril actually hitting it with magical weapons. Oh shit, no, hold on.
Oh.
No, it only hit it once per round, so both times would have been with a magical weapon, yeah. You can see it is like bleeding this like thick black ichor that is like running down its front, but it is still more than half health.
Fuck. Why did he have to get hurt? This is so annoying. This is actually so
He
annoying.
was the only one in the room.
Well, get out next time. Well, I'm gonna have to save him. Sorry, guys. Unfortunately. So
save our friend. Gosh.
feels like such a waste of my time.
Lovely.
Terrible. This is coming from Danny, not Giliana, obviously. She's so upset. She's devastated. So can I give him a fucking healing potion then?
You absolutely can. Bonus action to give somebody else a healing potion. No, full action to give somebody else a healing potion.
Oh, that's got a bonus action. I was like, amazing. That's fine then. No, okay.
Or is it a regular healing potion?
I don't know. I've got both.
I can't remember. Yeah, exactly. I can't remember which ones you have currently.
Oh no, I just have a million healing potions.
Yeah, you have tons. Because you buy them and then you never use them.
For God's sake, why do we buy these every time? They're so expensive. Yeah, just a normal one. I don't have.
Okay, so that's 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah. So 2d4. 6. So 8.
Cool. So he's back up to 3/4 health, which is good. Do you want to stay where you are or do you want to move? Bear in mind, now that you're within range of the creature, if you move away, you'll be taking an opportunity attack.
Now disengage.
Disengage. Yep, cool. Where are you going?
About out of range, so I'll move up a bit here. I don't love being in this thing, actually. I'm going to move out of that. Up there.
out of the sigils on the ground. Amazing. It is now the creature's turn. You'll be glad to know that the darkness ability is a rechargeable ability, so I don't have to roll. If I get a 6, he can cast it again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
He got a 2. He does not have his darkness ability. You see him go to breathe in again, and you see he can't get all of the breath in with the injuries he has. So he turns, snarls at pretty much all of you, but mostly at Cerule, who is the only one who's really done any significant injuries to him. What would he do? Yeah, he's not stupid. The only lights in here are the candles. There's a sputtering light that gives off these deep shadows all across the room. He is going to draw his wings in around himself. And as a bonus action, with a 19 on the die, plus 6.
Silvery barbs.
Ooh.
Reroll it.
So that is a 7 plus 6 for a 13 stealth.
Oh.
And I believe at least 2 of you have passive perceptions over a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is exactly a 13.
Mine's not.
Well, damn.
Oh, mine's a 14, yeah.
Yeah. Well, damn. So he doesn't hide. That was a bonus action, though, so seeing that he is quite clearly still, that you're all still looking at him, he's like, ah!
Eleanor, have advantage on your next attack roll.
Nice.
Ability check or saving throw, actually.
Sweet. Thank you.
The shadows take you.
And he's going to turn it to Eleanor, because he now wants to force his way out of this room. Eleanor does a 17 hit.
Oh, most definitely.
Cool, so the 18 will also hit, and so will the other 17. Cool.
Oh, God.
Yep, he makes 3 attacks. This is what fucked Cerule up, just for reference. So you're going to take, to start with, 7, 10, 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
As the 2 swords with a serpent-like speed flash across, cutting deep through your armor. And then as you stagger back, you have a second to sort of take in what's happening when the jaws of this creature open and launch towards you, wrapping around your head as it tries to essentially eat you. You're going to take a further 9 piercing damage.
I'm down.
Well, what's your max HP?
28.
Okay, so even if I roll for the acid damage, it's not going to be enough to outright kill you. And it was part of this. It was part of the same attack, so it does not count as an additional attack. So you don't take any additional fails. But this creature, you guys watch this creature clamps its head around Eleanor, picks her off the ground, shakes once, and Eleanor, I imagine, screaming, suddenly goes limp as he drops her unconscious body to the ground, steps over her, and goes up and tries to leave through the door. Cerule will get an opportunity attack.
Do I get one as well? Oh no, I've already used my reaction.
Yes, because you use silvery barbs. What is this movement? 30 feet. Okay, so it can only move to there. Cerule gets his opportunity attack. Fucks and fails it. And yeah, Eleanor, can I get a death saving throw, please?
Indeed. That's a 14.
14 success. Eleanor, as you fall unconscious with a successful saving throw, what is a fond memory you have from before the incident?
I think that when Eleanor was a child, she would often try and kind of hide in cupboards or in boxes to read. And there was one day that her parents couldn't find her and were frantically looking, and they were worried that she'd been snatched away by some horrible entity, when in fact that she'd just fallen asleep in the airing cupboard with a book on her face. And though her parents were furious, they were so relieved to find her fine that they kind of gave her a big cake.
As you fall unconscious, you slip into that darkness. And at first there is this searing, burning pain around your head and neck, which just dissipates, and it's left with this warm, comforting feeling. And you feel yourself being jostled, and you sort of just blink your eyes open enough to look up to see your dad reaching in and pulling you out of this airing cupboard and holding you close to his chest. You can hear his heavy breathing, where he's obviously been panicking very recently, and you feel where he would normally just sort of pick you up and carry, you can feel him holding you close. You can hear your mother's worried voice over his shoulder and her hands reaching out and touching your face. But you're so sleepy still, you've just been woken up, you can't make out the words, but there is a wonderful comfort being held close in your dad's arms and feeling your mum gently caressing your head as you drift back off into that gentle darkness. Joachim, you've just watched this creature kick the shit out of Eleanor and then run out the door. You do still have the guy in the corner. What's your plan?
Right. So one of Joachim's arms kind of swings out to the side and motions for the spiritual weapon to go to the bloke in the corner.
Cool.
And yeah. That is a 16.
A 16 is now enough to hit him with his mage armor in place, so roll damage.
Okay. That is 8 damage.
I assume your focus is on the retreating creature, so everyone else in the room watches as this celestial spectral mace rushes towards this guy, clobbers him about the head, slams him against the wall as you watch as the magical armor dissipates and he slumps to the ground. Would you have wanted to kill him or knock him unconscious?
I was going to say, can I do this non-lethally?
I will allow it in this case because it's still technically, I think it does radiant damage, but being radiant damage.
Yeah.
Force damage. I was going to be more lenient with radiant, but I will allow it. I'll say force damage. You can just bludgeon him unconscious essentially.
Cool. All right, so he's down, and Joachim will now raise his actual mace and charge off after the creature.
Amazing.
And he'll raise it up and he'll go, "To hell with you, demon!" And bring it back down for a, let's go, attack roll. 17.
17 is enough to hit.
And I will make this a divine smite. So it will do a level 2 divine smite for an extra 2d8 damage.
Let's go.
That is 13, 15, 20 damage.
20 damage.
Nice.
And
a portion of that is radiant, if that makes a difference.
You'd be surprised to learn it doesn't.
Huh.
The holy energy, this radiant energy erupts from the head of your mace. You slam it into this creature, and there is just this explosion of brilliant golden white light. The creature feels its flesh burning under this radiance, pushes itself as far against the wall as it can as you just explode a part of its arm, and it just erupts, and it almost looks like it's been burnt, like almost like an exceptionally powerful sunburn, as well as like a cracking and breaking from where the mace hits it. Is that everything for your turn?
That is everything for my turn.
The noble is currently unconscious. Mercy.
Okay, I have literally no healing at all, so I guess I just stand over Eleanor's lifeless body.
We do have a potion.
I'm going to cast.
There's a one I give you all a potion, and if you didn't want to use that on her, you also can just do a medicine check to stabilize.
I could. It's between that and letting this thing get away. I think, to be honest, Mercy would probably choose to
perform a mercy kill.
To cast a spell on the
yeah. Just reach down and slit Eleanor's throat. Shh, it's all quiet now.
Oh, no.
I can respect that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to cast Mind Spike on the creature.
Fuck!
Because if it fails, I will always know where it is. So it needs to do a Wisdom saving throw.
Come on. That is a 22, unfortunately, but I believe this is a leveled spell, so it's still going to take half.
Yes, it will take half damage, but the point of it in that it's stopping it get away is not going to happen. So 13 half, so it'll be, 6 psychic damage.
Yeah, Joachim, you watch as this creature has, I believe when you described this last time, it was like a purplish light in their eyes.
Yeah.
You see this like violet purple light erupt behind the creature's eyes, almost like an explosion, as its eyes go wide, and it reaches up and holds a clawed hand to its head and staggers a little bit. It is fucked currently. Still up, but badly fucked.
Cool.
Is that everything for Mercy?
Yep, that's it.
Cool. It is Cerul's turn. Cerul, who I've just realised what happened was Giuliana rushed up to him while he was still conscious and poured a health potion down his throat.
Yeah.
Wipes off his mouth and goes, thanks. Quickly, before it escapes. Just like all times. Quickly, before it escapes. And he's going to rush into this room as well. Leap up onto one of the altars next to you, Joachim, and is going to make 2 attacks. Swear to God, if he gets the kill, I don't think he's going to, because that was shit. Yep, no, he fucked that on both attacks. Well done, Cerul. You watch as Cerul leaps up on. Oh no, hold on. He is. No, he used all of his superiority dice, and he cannot do that. Nope, he just fucks it. You watch as Cerul leaps up onto this thing. This creature, now knowing that you're all in close pursuit, has turned fully indefensive. It has got both of its swords up, and as Cerul tries to slash down at the creature, he gets his blows deflected on the blades of the creature. Giuliana, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm trying to get through. God, how far is that? Oh, it doesn't matter. I can get through the door, I think.
Yeah, you can get past Eleanor's unconscious body. If you 5, 10,
oh, sorry. Do you need a healing potion? Are you dead? Are you half dead?
Fully unconscious, 1 successful saving throw so far.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you get through the door, you check on Eleanor, you look through, this creature is on its last legs. It is one of its legs keeps giving out. It is struggling to stay up.
This is the worst.
And above the table, I don't mind dying in a one shot. I think that's fun.
I mean, also above table, the odds.
She's already died once.
I was gonna say the odds of this encounter going for more than another 1 round, even if Eleanor were to get a natural 1 in her next roll, she still has another round to survive.
But the trauma that it will cause Giuliana for the rest of this campaign.
You're the one that has to carry it.
I'll shoot it.
I will say, if you use your bonus action dash, you can get up and stab it if you want with your magical sword.
Okay, Okay. Don't need
you
to
would
tell
get
me
sneak attack.
twice. Perfect. Bye, bitch.
So you rush up next to Joachim, Cerule next to you, drawing your sword again. Give me an attack roll.
16?
16 hits. So you're rolling damage plus sneak attack.
This is how it's done, Cyril.
Cerule's just like, oh, I thought I was doing it. He also has done the most damage to this thing so far. Let's not forget that. In the dark.
Okay, Cyril.
Yeah, but none of
No
us
one, no,
Pixel didn't happen.
no one likes someone who brags. Everyone knows that. Okay, so 10 first, and then add 17.
Giliana, what does it look like as you kill this creature?
Yeah.
Here she goes. Obviously, what she just said, Cyril, no one likes. I don't know how to say this, but bragger?
Braggart?
A braggart, yeah.
A braggart? No one likes a braggart, and then she'll stab him, this thing, in the throat.
Yeah, it's like, you're not even really looking at it, you're just telling Cerule off, and you just like reach out. This creature, you see it trying to inhale again, you see it fully intense to try and cast this darkness again to give it a way out, and as it breathes in and exposes its neck, and you just reach forward, driving the blade up underneath its jaw into its throat, and it draw the blade back, and it falls to the ground, dead.
I love that all this has just happened right next to the bloke that we've just propped up in here as well.
This guy, I was going to say, as the creature falls dead, this guy, you realise, pokes his head back up over the side of the altar where he has like fully squeezed himself into the corner. And it's just like, is it over? You guys have knocked unconscious the noble who was directly involved in this cult. Cerule at this point sort of, well, first of all, he turns to you, Giliana, and doesn't say anything, just sort of like looks you up and down, having watched you just kill this thing, having seen your capabilities through all these fights, and you see just like an ever so slight smile. You get the impression that he's like, you know, he's looking at you and seeing that you're doing what you set out to do, and he is genuinely happy for you. You've set out, you're becoming an adventurer, you're becoming someone who has the skills that everyone was trying to drill into you but doubted you would ever truly have, and you're proving them wrong. But not wanting to try and make a soppy moment of this, doesn't say anything. He begins giving orders to the rest of the group who came here with him. You have to set about destroying the sigils that have been created in this study. The nobleman is trussed up and tied. You know for a fact there are still other people and other creatures in here, so you make ready for essentially a defensive retreat. You work your way back through, and you do have to fight through a few more of these cultists, but you realise that the other creatures that you had seen around here seem to have disappeared. Whether magically or whether they have just run back out into the tunnels, you don't know. But other than a handful of cultists, there are no more creatures of any kind left here. It is quick work to take care of what cultists remain, killing the more fervent ones who refuse to surrender or capturing those you can. They're all brought back out into the mostly ruined warehouse, which was very much on fire when you left. And through conversations with some of the local guard that Cerule summons, these people are taken into custody. He lets you know, Giliana, that he's going to have to stay in the city for a few days to make sure that this is all done correctly. There will have to be some communications with some of the nobility in the city, maybe even a conference with the king to describe what has happened. You might be called on to give information, but if that's something you wish to avoid, he can try to ensure that your name is left out of the paperwork. Or if you'd like to be involved, he's more than happy to have you come and join him with these meetings as well.
Oh yeah, I'll happily go and see any meeting with the king. She'll be there.
You're a little, the eagerness in your voice, you do see him do like a what? But he's just pleased to have a bit more time with you. The rest of you, as this party who traveled here with Cerule, you have a few days within the city as well, while all of this is taken care of and wrapped up. There's a lot you've learned, but a lot of what you've learned has just shown how little you know about what is really going on in some of the places within the kingdom. A lot of this is new to everyone involved. No one that you speak to in these meetings has seen anything like this before, or at least admits to seeing anything like this before. This is something new, and obviously something very dangerous. And you've only just begun to scratch the surface. But for now, that is the end of this session and this guest one-shot. So thank you guys for joining us for this. It was great running a little game for you guys, and I always enjoy a chance to play games with other people in the amazing community. So I'm going to do this one in the game, whereas last time we did sort of cut it up and put it in the middle, so I'm just going to go around before we finish here and get you guys to reintroduce yourselves and tell us where we've captured you from. So first on my list, Maddie.
I have been Maddie Searle. You can find me across social media at Maddie is Abstract, and there's a link in my bio to all the various things that I do, including a few small TTRPGs that I've designed, including a Lasers and Feelings hack called Vampire Cowboys. You might see some of the inspiration for Helena in there. And you can also find me over at A Game of One's Own, which is my solo and duet TTRPG podcast, or at Realms of Peril and Glory, where I'm a core cast member, which is a fully designed and composed actual play podcast.
Amazing. Chloe, what about you?
Yeah, hello, I'm Chloe. You can find me at Chloe with the Flow pretty much everywhere. Most often, I'm over on Deck of Many Aces, the only actual play podcast made with actual asexuals. I play a bard and a rogue on that, and I... not two separate characters, it's a multi-class, I should clarify. And I write all of the music for it as well, so that's all on music streaming platforms as well. What else? I'm always doing a million things. I'm in a Rendezvous with Destiny, which is an actual play podcast where we look at lesser-known TTRPGs. We're coming to the end of our Bite Marks campaign now. We'll be starting a new campaign soon, which is sort of exciting. And last but not least, you can find me on Bowies and Spelljammer over on the Role Play Factory over on YouTube, where we all play different versions of David Bowie, but it's in space with Spelljammer. So there's Mind Flayers and lots of fun space magic. It's great. I play the Goblin King, and I did glue my eyebrows down every single time.
Amazing.
Dedication.
Yeah. I think that's everything. I have a brain like a sieve, and I can never remember anything. But that's me.
I mean, there's plenty, I think, but yes. And I'll say finally, but we'll do Danny as well for a change. We never really introduced the normal cast like this. So, Ben, first of all, let's tell us about where you've joined us from.
Hi, I'm Ben Newbon. I am on Twitter and Blue Sky as Ben Newbon. I was originally a game designer. I designed rules-light systems called Overgrown and Cybertopia. Overgrown was about weird animal hybrids, and Cybertopia is a kind of cyberpunky system, which I have since turned into an actual play podcast of the same name. Fantastic cast of 15 amazing people from across the TTRPG scene. And I also often play on the His Cursedness Twitch channel, currently doing a D&D West Marches campaign, and occasionally also a Blades in the Dark campaign. So yeah, you can find me in all sorts of places too.
Amazing. We don't normally do this, but Danny, outside of the podcast, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok. I was going to say Facebook. Don't go on Facebook. That's insane.
That's an old thing.
Yeah, I don't post there. So you can find me at D_dubs with 2 Zs, and I make cosplay content and bookish content on those accounts. I do some D&D themed costumes, a lot of book cosplays, and like Marvel costumes as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, that's the content I make over there. I talk a lot about books though, mostly now. It's very book heavy. But yeah, lots of cosplay content and book content. And then obviously you can find me here on ModifedRoll.
It should be noted that everything else Danny does is far more popular than this podcast. But hey,
that's
the way things go.
Can confirm, Danny was best dressed at Dragon.
Yes, absolutely. But yes, it's been an absolute joy to have you guys on. Thank you so much for joining us again. Hopefully we'll have the chance to get you on again in the future, maybe reprising these characters, who knows. But that's it for now. So thanks very much for sticking with us, guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks very much for sticking with us. As usual, I would just like to thank Lixie B for our wonderful logo, and Jeff for all of the fantastic art for our characters in Season 2. Don't forget, you can check out more of Jeff's work on our online store, where you can find his artwork used on our stickers and t-shirts. Also, a massive shout out to the Stormweather Shanty Choir for allowing us to use their song Drunken Sailor as our intro and outro music. Also, a massive thank you to our wonderful sponsors DM Dice and Arcanist Rum. Find links to both of their websites in our description. And finally, a massive shout out and thank you to all of our Patreon supporters who continue to support us in everything we do. Your support means the world to us, and we hope that we can go on making fantastic content thanks to you. So that is it for this arc of the special guest episodes of Modified Roll. As mentioned before, we have 3 more arcs with guests playing different characters, focusing on each one of our own players. So coming up next, we have Sinclair's special guest episode, and it is, unsurprisingly, a little bit more emotional than Gilliana's. So make sure to rejoin us for that episode soon. And just for one final time, I want to shout out and thank the 3 guests we had for this arc, and to remind you, if you haven't yet, so please go check out their shows. That is the Cybertopia podcast with Ben, Maddie from Realms of Peril and Glory, and of course Chloe from Deck of Many Aces. Thank you guys so much. I know, Ben, that you have been listening to these, so special little shout out to you here for just devouring the entirety of our season's episodes just so you could play in this one shot to have a better idea of what you were doing. So there you go. I hope the final cliffhanger was worth it, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more to irritate you in the future if you stick around. And before we let you go today, I just want to give a quick shout out to a Kickstarter that's launching this month. So you might have heard of them before, because they've been around for a bit with their beta version of their app, but we're talking about Fantasy Plus. So the guys who work at Fantasy Plus, Monarch Studios, who've created it, have created a web browser-based music and ambience streaming app that allows you to play different songs or ambiences that they've created and share as part of this app to enhance your TTRPG experience. Now, the guys have reached out to us, they've been very kind, they've sent me download links for all of their catalogue of music. I've been listening through it, and it all sounds fantastic. In fact, you would have heard one of the songs as the battle music in this episode. Now, I haven't had a chance to try out the app yet. Obviously, I've only been reached out to them very recently, but it is actually, now that I've looked into it a bit more, it's something I actually would quite like to give a go. I'm probably going to sign up for the Kickstarter myself and have a go at it. But you might be asking, if they already have the app in beta, why are they running a Kickstarter? So the app is just browser-based at the minute, and they want to give it a complete overhaul, sort of rebuild it from the ground up to implement a bunch of new additions that they couldn't do currently. These include things like user-requested features, including cross-fading, meta tags for the music and ambiences to improve search functionality. They want to be able to integrate API changes that will allow them to use it with various VTTs, as well as implementing a variety of other user requests that they've been building up throughout the beta process. Additionally, once they've got it rebuilt from the ground up, they then want to take that web browser-based app and turn it into a desktop usable version as well. So you'll be able to download the tool and then use it on your desktop. So the actual Kickstarter is launching on the 20th of August. There'll be a link in our description, and I highly recommend going and giving it a look. If you like running music to enhance your TTRPG games, it looks like a great tool for that, instead of just, pulling up a Spotify playlist. I'm going to be honest, a lot of the times when I do in real life games, I just have a tablet and a Bluetooth speaker, I pick a random Spotify playlist and let that go. I think this tool would be a lot more versatile than that, and looking through the catalogue they already have, there looks to be a fantastic sort of breadth of music and ambiences in there, and they are continuously adding to it. That's another thing they're hoping to do with the Kickstarter, is fund a further expansion of their libraries. So check out the link in the description, check it out, and tell us what you think of it. If you're planning on getting it, let us know, because I'd be keen to know how many people are planning to check this out, because it looks super interesting. But that's it for this episode. Thanks everyone for sticking with us, and we'll see you soon.